Hey everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, back again with another news update. This one regarding Woken Matt Hardy. We learned a few weeks ago that Matt Hardy now owns the rights to the final deletion and his old gimmick and everything to do with that, but he hasn't reverted to Broken Matt. They're still referring to him as Woken Matt. But in a recent tweet put out on his official Twitter account, Matt Hardy stated that we will see the return of many of the supporting characters in like his family and stuff, all involved with the final deletion when it was a thing in Impact Wrestling. Hardy specifically mentioned Senor Benjamin, his real-life father-in-law who also portrayed his gardener back in the original Final Deletion days. He also mentioned his wife, his two sons, King Maxwell and Lord Wolfgang, and of course Vanguard 1, his drone, which has also got a personality, I think, sort of. It's also a person. He made no mention, sadly, of Skarsgård, the dilapidated boat which helped him defeat Jeff Hardy in the final deletion by shielding him from fireworks. This sounds, if you haven't seen it, this is going to sound totally foreign and weird. This will be great news for fans of the original Broken Matt Hardy gimmick back in Impact Wrestling, who feel as though maybe we're seeing a slightly watered down, slightly simplified version of it in WWE. I think it's fair to say that WWE haven't fully embraced the whole Woken Matt Hardy or Broken Matt Hardy thing. They haven't embraced the whole universe of it. And really, I think these tweets will be encouraging to fans of that who want to see it more fully realised. In other news, WWE have released a statement on Jey Uso. Jey Uso, as I mentioned yesterday, was arrested on Sunday in Texas for driving while intoxicated. He was then released from custody later the same day, and no further details have really emerged. In a statement released today, WWE said, and I'm paraphrasing slightly here, but they said basically, Jey Uso is responsible for his own personal actions and that they will be investigating the matter further and that they will take further action when more details emerge. There is no news yet on what that means for Jimmy Uso or indeed for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, which are set to be defended at the Royal Rumble in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Yeah, there's no news on that really. I suspect if Jey Uso is, if further action has to be taken against him, they may just vacate the titles rather than send Jimmy out on his own. I don't think they'd like to acknowledge this whole thing in storyline, and it would probably be more sensible and make more sense for WWE to maybe just vacate the belts, I guess. And finally, Jim Johnson has given his first interview since being released from WWE on a podcast hosted by Sean Mooney, in which he revealed several things. One of the most shocking was that he was never a wrestling fan. He also had kind words to say about numerous wrestlers on the WWE roster back in the days of the Attitude Era. He said that 3 of his favorites, 3 men who were exceptionally polite and courteous to him always, were Steve Austin, Chris Jericho, and The Undertaker, which really should come as no surprise considering that he created 3 of the most iconic themes in wrestling history ever for those 3 guys. I guess they probably did owe quite a lot to him, and maybe being polite was the least they could do. He specifically singled out The Undertaker as, in his words, a very sweet man, which I find very surprising. I can't imagine Undertaker, dashing around his house on Christmas Eve with a boatload of presents. But I mean, I guess we don't know what Undertaker's like behind the scenes. I've never met him. He's a very mysterious man, and maybe he is just a lovely bloke. Maybe this undead zombie giant mortician man is really a sweetheart when it comes to it. I guess you can never tell. He also revealed, shockingly, that Vince McMahon does not like country music, perhaps because, country music originated in the South and it just reminds him of pesky old WCW and the NWA back in the territory days. I bet he hates them. I bet he hates all country music, specifically because of the Monday Night Wars. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this quick news update. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. Check me out on Twitter at JackTheJobber. Follow all of us at Cultaholic, and please do look at our Patreon if you enjoy what we do. And finally, never, ever, ever forget, of course, ever. Just don't forget it. Don't forget to join us.